Hello, Fantasy Basketball Nation. Alex here to bring you my second podcast for the 2015 NBA Draft Grades. So for this one, I'm going to go with the team with the second overall pick, Los Angeles Lakers. Quickly before I start, I just want to say, if you found me on YouTube and you didn't find me because of my Instagram account, make sure to check out my Instagram account. It's at Fantasy Basketball Advice. And if you came from my Instagram account and followed the link to YouTube, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for really wanting to hear what I have to say and supporting me. Alright, so I think it's time to get underway. So I give the Lakers a B-. This draft was an okay one. It wasn't special. It wasn't awful. I found I was fine with it. So their selections were for their second overall pick. They selected D'Angelo Russell. At 27th overall, they chose Larry Nance Jr. And 34th, they selected Anthony Brown. So, first D'Angelo Russell. This pick wasn't a particularly good or bad one in my mind. I don't have a big opinion on it. You can say that it was a smart decision because it's hard to really figure out. They already have Julius Randle, so if they selected Jahlil Okafor, they may have similar roles, which wouldn't be useful to Lakers. Plus, Okafor certainly will not be a star. He'll be good. A solid offensive asset, but nothing more. Russell, on the other hand, could be amazing. They could truly have a fantastic guard on their hands, given his amazing stats at Ohio State. But he can also be a bust, since you could say his stats were a little better than they should have been because Ohio State lacks some talent. So they wanted to take a risk, the Lakers, and I respect them for it. This risk really could pay off, or it may not. We'll just have to see. So that's my opinion on Russell. Now let's move on to their second pick, Larry Nance Jr. Now this one was a head-scratcher to me. It wasn't a bad pick, but they had so many better options. Like, Nance, he really impressed me at the Combine. He surprised me. He performed much better than I expected. But 27th overall? Really? Let's think about their other options. R.J. Hunter, Chris McCullough, Kevin Looney, and there's many more like Montrezl Harrell, Jordan Mickey. And all those players I would have preferred over Nance. And the thing is, if they really wanted Nance, they could have just taken him in a few picks later. Because also, remember, they had the 34th overall pick, along with the 27th. I can really guarantee Nance would have been available at 34th overall. So why take him at 27th? I don't know, and that's why it's a head-scratcher to me. Now for their 34th overall pick, again, it's an okay pick. They selected Anthony Brown, Stanford small forward. He's a senior, so he's more of a stretch forward because he can play a little bit of power forward. He's good at threes, solid defender, but he's just a role player. He's going to be, I would say, like an 8th to 10th man on their bench. He'll come in, 20 minutes a game, be fine. Won't be anything special, won't be anything more. So, and in that position, they could have taken someone like Raheem Christmas from Syracuse, who has so much more potential, and he was taken 36th overall by the Timberwolves, and I love their draft, the Timberwolves, in a previous video I said that, because they made great decisions like that. But anyway, back to this video. They selected Russell, Nance, and Brown. However, they could have had Russell, Hunter, and Christmas. Think about the potential in that draft. Those three players, A+. I would have given them an A+ for that. But they didn't make those decisions. However, in contrast, I didn't think their picks were awful, the Lakers, which is why I did give them a B-. You can argue that it could have been lower. But they made some okay decisions. They could have made better, could have made worse. And that's my opinion on the Lakers draft, so that's why they deserve a B- in my mind. Alright, so if you have the time and you aren't in a rush to finish this video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you so much. This was Fantasy Basketball Advice.